everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. I almost said review. I almost said review for some reason, but going off to get my brother from school, so this is going to be one of those tight videos, so probably hopefully just 10 minutes, something bite-sized, because been talking a lot and noticed on some of these videos, and you know, it's just the nature of who I am. Sometimes I talk a lot, sometimes I don't, so you know, it just depends on the day. And today it seems that we're going to be pretty contained, because we've already discussed this also before, so this isn't anything new that we're about to discuss. Of course, the title suggests we're going to be talking about Rust, the infamous Rust production starring Alec Baldwin, which of course led to the fatal shooting of Halyna Hutchins, I believe that's how you say her name, who was the cinematographer for that film. Fortunately lost her life, and I'm not sure how long it's been since that's happened. I think that was 2 years now up to this point, and a lot of just discourse, you know, about who's guilty and who isn't. And I mean, I think it's abundantly clear, because people are just like to rationalize things in a way that makes it more complicated, because they're just narcissistic, you know, and rather than just looking at what is. But today, or at least happening this week, we have our first of two trials, because two parties, the two people who actually, were the ones responsible for killing Halyna Hutchins, are off the trial. So the first person we're dealing with right now, who we're going to discuss, is the armorer, who was responsible for checking for any live ammunition and making sure that the weapons were going to be safe once placed into the actor's hands. And apparently she failed at her job. And not to mention, because I'm not getting into the whole trial bit, just because to me it's just so obvious, and you know, hearing more from the trial is just gonna probably validate my claim, or validate just how I feel. Because I mean, it's such a black and white scenario. I just don't understand how people are just, you know, thinking it's so complicated. It's not. But apparently she had some marijuana the day before the shooting, which, okay. And not to mention, I'm not sure if it's her or just, you know, generally speaking, but that production had a lot of non-union members attached to it, which I said long ago I felt was an issue, because if you're going to be hiring, you should be hiring in-house, because at least there's people who have there's more credibility on the table versus just grabbing some random people that you know personally or what have you. They probably want to cut back on costs. That's probably why they went for people like this. But not saying they can't put out good work or be good people or what have you. Like, I'm just saying the better thing to have done would have been to work in-house versus going outside of that. So, but she's on trial right now, the armorer, and she's, you know, doing her whole speech saying, you know, blah blah blah, I'm innocent, you know, what have you. And Alec Baldwin's trial is set for July, so he's, you know, trying to push this back quite a bit. And I'm just going to echo the same thing that I said a long time ago in regards to this whole thing. Both are guilty. Both are guilty. Okay? I know that people like to say that Alec Baldwin is not guilty, but he is. Okay? Because just to explain the situation to you, you know, very, you know, slowly, the armorer is responsible for making sure that live ammunition or what have you, making sure that the guns are safe. Okay? So that's her job, is to make sure the guns are safe when placed into the actor's hands. So that's her job, and she failed at that, obviously, because someone's dead. Okay? So And then the second part of that is the person handling the weapon, okay? If you did your research, because a lot of people who say that Alec Baldwin's innocent clearly did not do their research when that whole incident happened. You know what Alec Baldwin was doing with the weapon? He wasn't just standing around with the weapon. He didn't just, take any safety, tips, or just do anything that would be, safe. Because look, even though, like, let's just say there wasn't any live ammunition in that gun, it still can hurt somebody. The type of rounds, the type of like dummy rounds or what have you they put in those things, they can still hurt you. Okay? So for anybody who says that, oh well, it's just the fact that it's live ammunition or what have you, no. Regardless, someone would have gotten hurt because of how careless Alec Baldwin was handling that weapon, just flinging it around. People were shooting weapons on set just for the hell of it, just for fun. Again, because the handling of like non-union workers and all stuff, like there was no safety guidelines. Everyone was just kind of free to do whatever the hell they wanted to do, and well, you see the results of that. And the tragic thing about all this is that Alec Baldwin will be fine. I've said it before. He will walk away perfectly clean just because that's how the system works. Because he has all that money, so he's going to have all that power to just to decide whether or not he's guilty or not. Even if he is proven guilty in court, I think it still won't make like a big change just because of all the surrounding, support that is from Alec Baldwin. Like, this isn't an Amber Heard thing where, everyone unanimously after that incident with Johnny Depp, or the incidents that were building with Johnny Depp and then getting to the court, it's different, It's very different when you clearly see what kind of scumbag, what kind of bitch she is, With this, people have already twisted it so much for the past few years, and again, this narcissistic like thing that people have built, like with this whole like case, like it's like the fact that Alec Baldwin's like evading this, doesn't want to take responsibility for this, clearly shows you how immoral of a guy like he is, and also just generally speaking with just like that production in general, because he is innocent. He's not innocent. He is guilty. Okay, he pulled the trigger. Okay, and I don't want to hear, well, how was he supposed to know? Well, he should have been better with handling weapons. Okay, so I'm sorry. Like, are we all children here? Like, seriously, like, do you guys not understand the fucking responsibility with handling a firearm? Even, as I said, even if they were dummy rounds, like, or even if they were like certain kinds of ammunition in there that wouldn't, that aren't as powerful as the ones that were in the chamber, still, you cannot just be careless with weapons on set. I've had experience with this on stuff that I worked on in the past. Every time that we rolled, even though we didn't have any ammunition or anything, and it was just a fake, like, prop weapon, toy, whatever, I still had to inform police, because I'm not dumb enough to, like, because you can watch my filming stories. Like, I've had my friends get pointed at gunpoint because of them shooting off, like, little BB things, and on set, on other films, I've had to, like, inform police before I even go outside with that thing, because we painted the weapon to make it to look a certain way, even though it is obviously a toy. It doesn't have any actual weapons in there, actual ammunition packed in. So responsibility and accountability, and these two are just trying to evade that. And I hope the armor goes to jail, honestly, because she is the seed of this. But Alec Baldwin also, I hope he goes to prison as well. These two are scum, and the fact that they are trying to get their way out of this and not take responsibility for the death of that individual, that is very upsetting. Very, very, just like, you know, um, and I'm not gonna get into the whole production of Rust in general, because like now the family, like Hallie Hutchins' family, has now involved himself with the production, which is strange. I would think you would want to distance yourself from that. Not want to get your hands all involved in that, and may or may not have a financial cut. And like, yeah, that's where things get a little weird. Or even just making the film, because it's gonna come out, right? So, because I think there's a trailer out now, or at least images have come out from the film. So, yeah. So, like that whole thing, I don't know. I'm not. But the whole moral, factor about releasing the movie, I don't understand. And again, just kind of plays to my whole observation, where I just think this is a very immoral set that was established, and people were just given the right to basically do whatever the hell they want. There was no real leadership, there was no safety protocols. They could say all they want about trying to handle the firearms and all that stuff, but the fact of the matter is that someone's life was taken because of two people's careless actions. The one who was handling the firearm and the one who had to inspect the firearm, okay? Those are the two people responsible for this, and I believe that they need to go to prison. I do believe it, because they took someone's life. Whether Alec Baldwin intended to do it or not, it does not matter, okay? The intent doesn't matter, okay? Like, I don't understand the logic behind that reasoning. It's like, just because someone didn't intend to kill someone doesn't mean that changes the law. That doesn't change what the actions of what has happened. Like, if I have a firearm on, I don't own firearms, but if I had a firearm and I'm walking around the street all willy-nilly, and then I'm just flinging around the gun, if I pop it off by accident and then take someone's life because of it, is that considered an accident? Do I just get a pass just because, oh, well, it was an accident, he should have, it was just, hey, it was oops, basically. Like, that doesn't look well in court, and that doesn't look good just in generally speaking. But like, yeah, they're both guilty, and anybody who says that they're not, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. There's because it's like, there's no logical explanation that you can give me where it seems okay. Because basically what you're saying is that it's okay to kill someone as long as it's an accident. As long as you're not given, as long as it wasn't the incentive, the intent, then it's perfectly fine to just kill someone. That's what you're saying. Because of course there was no intent to kill someone on set. Okay, they did their investigation. There was no intent. Obviously, everyone knew that. Okay, that wasn't some surprise. Okay, what was happening was that there were a bunch of fucking morons on that set who didn't know how to handle firearms and just how to just operate a fucking film set. Again, hiring these like what have yous that are not even a part of the union, right? Like that's the fault of this. It's the fault of leadership. It's the fault of just the management. It's the fault of, like, I'm surprised that the movie's even coming out. Like, I'm fairly surprised that the movie's coming out. And the family's involved, That's a whole, like, other discussion, but it's like, but yeah, man. They're guilty. And I sincerely hope they go to prison. Alec Baldwin probably won't, just because he'll find some way to just get out of it. He's been pushing the trial for so long. I mean, I think they were supposed to do the trial last month or something like that, and now they pushed it like to July. So if he can have that ability, then he'll be fine. He'll walk away. Which is very tragic. But for the armorer's case, I hope her ass goes to prison. I really, really do. Because, yeah. But those are my thoughts. I've discussed this like before. I'll link some of my thoughts here, kind of echoing the same sentiment. But now that we're going to trial, just figured just to kind of give my my 2 cents. Now that we're finally reaching trial time, so hopefully they both go to prison, but it seems like only one of them probably will. So, but those are my thoughts. You guys let me know your thoughts, of course, on the whole case. If you guys have been following it for the past 2 years, I've only just known just the actual incident. I don't know anything about the getting back to filming and all that. Like, I'm not aware as to what's been going on there. It seems weird that the family's involved, like wanting to partake in the film production. It's a little strange. But let me know if there's any missing information that anything that I'm not that I have missed, any important information. And you guys think these two are guilty? I mean, honestly, if you don't think they're guilty, let me know. I mean, you're allowed to have your opinion, obviously. I don't agree with that opinion. I think that that's total bullshit. But hey, you're allowed to have that opinion, and you're allowed to express it, and I wish to hear it, because I welcome other people's thoughts. So, but yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and just like I said, let me know all your thoughts about this whole case in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until then, I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.